Good morning, and welcome back to Shani, Scott, and Melz on the M.I.C. in the morning. We are the king and queen of some media. How y'all doing today?
Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry. I just looked out on Facebook and saw what you put as our show description this morning.
Oh, you just saw that?
Yes, I just saw it.
It's the truth. It's the truth. We gonna see if he show up.
I can't stop laughing. Oh my God, this is so funny. Good morning, everybody. Shani, Scott, Melz on the M.I.C, the king and queen of some media Room 360 app. Streaming live on the app. Also, so go ahead and download that in your app store so you can stay up with the show. Also, on the Media Room 360 social media properties of YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook this morning. Thursday morning, I was away from the weekend, and I was away from these damn stimmies. Let's go.
Is what?
I was away from these stimmies. Let's go. Somebody said, I just seen a tweet from somebody that said taxes plus stimmy money plus my work check. Alexa, play Rags to Riches. We rich out here. We rich.
Oh, wow.
We rich out here. We balling. We about to be balling. We're going into the summer balling. Good morning, Sherry. How you doing? I saw that tweet this morning. I just started laughing. But yes, I heard we still waiting on Biden to sign the damn bill, though, apparently. But yes, the stimmies are official. Even though it took hours of debate, hours of arguing for some strange reason. I really don't know. But we finally finna get our monies, apparently. So, good morning, Kathy. How you doing, baby?
Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Sherry. Welcome.
I'm just still laughing at the show description, though.
Yes, we gonna see if they show up, though. I want to see if they gonna show up. So,
good morning, DJ Earl, my family, the legendary.
Good morning, DJ Earl. DJ Earl, what you mixing? Can you give us a mix in the morning?
Earl's a hardworking man, but he's also one of the illest on the planet with the scratching. I mean, a real live ass DJ that really blends and mixes and does the thing like a scientist with it. So he's one of the best out here. But yeah, man. So what we at on this Thursday? We
got to shout out Lavish Wink. Today I have on Vanity. Oh, our Trump supporter is here. I have on Vanity.
You got friends and shit.
I have on Vanity. If you like my lashes, all you need to do is go to her website at lavishwinksbyjanelle.com and go to collect. This is part of her collection 2. Okay. Collection 2. The last week I wore collection 1, most of collection 1. This week I'm wearing her collection 2. And I like these. Everyone in collection 2 I really like. And I went and did a different color. I have green eyeshadow. I can't believe I did it. And it don't look too bad.
What's the name of it again? What's the name of the eyelash again?
Vanity. They're called
Vanity. Okay, Vanity. Shout out to Lavish Wink.
Yes.
Thank you for rocking with us. Shout out to JP Salsa. Shout out to Kevin Kirk.
Oh, yeah. And we had JP Salsa last night. I made tacos, like street tacos, and the taquitos. I ain't make them. They came out the box. Okay.
Tell the people. The people need to know. The people need to know. Y'all know Shani. You know Shani part Mexican, right? Y'all know Shani part Mexican, right? I mean, I don't know how your Trump supporter friends feel about that, but Shani a Mexican. Shani part Mexican. That's why she be making Chipotle bowls and tacos and
enchiladas.
Enchiladas. Yeah. That's wonderful. I
don't make tamales. That's one thing that I don't make.
You don't make tamales?
I've never made them from scratch.
Okay.
No, I never made them from scratch. No.
Okay. I just thought all this need to know that little tidbit.
Can you download this episode? I don't think you can download it, but you can.
You got the app. I think he probably need to get the app and just put this episode up immediately. I think what Earl's saying is he probably can't stick around for the live. So
okay. Well,
he probably wants to watch it later.
You can catch it there. You can definitely catch it there, or you can come back to the Facebook page and catch it. Because we have a very interesting show today. I wasn't sure that this person was going to show up. But they showed up.
I'm all for hearing the young man out. I'm all for hearing the young man out and hearing his point of view. I'm gonna be open ears. We're not be in no attack mode or just jumping and screaming and yelling and all the other stuff. We ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to hear the young man's point of view. So
this is gonna be interesting because this is my baby boy. This is my baby boy. I know y'all like, baby boy, I thought you had 2 girls. I have 2 girls and I have 2 boys. My 2 boys are my bonus boys from when I was married to their dad. So I was with them from a little age all the way up to now. So I love him very much. However, he is just confused. He is just confused right
I don't think he's confused. I don't think he's confused. I think they are misguided with the information. I never say confused. Misguided is the correct
term. I said confused. He's my baby boy. I can say it. But he's a bright young man, and I am proud of him. And he has his own opinion. So without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Darius Scott to the show.
Good morning. How
Hey, sweetie. How you doing?
Man,
I like your hair. Your sister going crazy.
I told you.
Your sister. Y'all come say hi to your brother. Yeah, they are like. Look at
her. Hey, what's up, sis? What's up? What's up, sis?
That's love right now.
Yeah, he's a rock star. He and Carl Jr. are rock stars to them. They love their brothers. They love their brothers.
Yeah, that's rare when we see the girls just running to the camera. They running in there.
Yeah, they heard me say Darius, and they just was like, Bubba.
That's love. Hey, that's love.
Always. Yep. Can y'all hear me good? I want to make sure y'all can hear me all right.
Yeah, we can hear you real good.
Cool,
we hear you real good, D.
All right, D. Why you wanted to come on the show today? Well,
man,
you and Shani was talking about this. You and Shani talked about this. So I don't know, but you wanted to come on the show to explain your point of view as a young person that has supported Donald Trump. I know people of your type. I know what y'all believe in. I know what y'all stand for and what y'all go. But go ahead and explain to the people, what it is.
So, okay, first, can I ask you, what do you mean? Because I kind of heard you on the backstage. What do you mean by misguided? I want to get your opinion on how you think young is a young black kid.
Not even a young black, young people.
So you think, okay. So I guess in my opinion, you go ahead.
No, I was going to explain my point of view. A lot of things that y'all are using as information that are using information from things that happened in the past, like some of the things that before y'all was born, they're using it against y'all to trump this guy up. For y'all to believe in him, like for a lot, but I'll let you explain your point of view. Because you may not be thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? You might have another point of view. So that was me prejudging, and I might be wrong for that. So that's why I said let's go ahead. So that's why I said go ahead and explain your point of view and what you believe in.
So I think when it comes to Trump, let me just put it out there. I'm not a full Trump supporter. I don't believe in everything this man does. I don't.
You ain't storming no capitals or nothing like that, right?
No,
yeah, when you out there, you sure you we have to get the bail money together. They coming to pick you up.
I'm not storming no Capitol.
Okay.
I'm not rioting. So when it comes, when I say I supported him as a president and what he did for America, and that's my biggest thing when it comes as a president. He put America first.
Okay.
He didn't sell out the country to other countries. He brought America jobs back to America. If you want to, and that's my biggest thing when it comes to Trump is people don't do their research. People, and you kind of alluded to it yesterday when I hopped on the show, is people really just voted him out of office because they didn't like him. You said, I believe you said they could have threw Mickey Mouse in office and they would have been okay as long as he was out of office.
Yep.
And to me, I just don't think that's politically correct. Because if you really do your research, Trump didn't do a bad job as a president.
Okay, stop right now. Let's go ahead and run down some figures. Let's go with unemployment. Okay. Let's go with jobs. How many jobs exactly did Donald Trump create?
So if you want to do pre-COVID, actually the unemployment of an African American was at the lowest it could have been out of any president. If you want to go pre-COVID, Now after COVID, okay, now that's a whole other story. Pre-COVID,
we lost millions of jobs after COVID. That was under his watch. That's one L.
Okay.
Let's continue.
Again, if you want to argument that is, he could have done nothing to stop that. And that's all over the country. So you can't just blame all over the world, if anything. So you can't just blame, oh, it's Trump's fault because we lost all these jobs. It's also Trump's fault why we got a lot of those jobs back in America. So it's like you got to fight one with each other. So if you want to go pre-COVID, I can only go pre-COVID. After COVID, it was all hell broke loose.
Okay.
So pre-COVID, the African American in general was at the low unemployment at the lowest. The economy was on a rise. It was starting to boom. I mean, if you want to, again, some of these policies that, I mean, his prison reform policy, a lot of people don't know that got a lot of people, Black people, out of jail. A lot of people don't know that.
And I know that. But
So
I also know the actual facts behind it. But continue.
Okay, so show me what are your facts? I want to hear your facts because I'm always open-minded too. I'm not just this big Trump supporter that
I got you, D. I got you, D, brother. Let me go ahead and help you with the unemployment number as far as Black Americans. The reason why Black Americans were were going down in unemployment was a trend that was started during the Obama administration, almost pre-Donald Trump. Also, here's another fun fact. Black people themselves got themselves out of unemployment. And you know why? Because over the last 10 to 15 years, since the start of the Obama administration, Black people have moved as a people. We have moved away from jobs that are involving manufacturing, service, and hospitality. Those are the jobs that are losing jobs in America. Those are the areas and the factors of employment in America that are losing jobs at a faster rate. Black people saw the trend coming, got out of those fields, and now you see more African Americans moving into fields that involve technology and medical and other factors in entrepreneurship. These are all trends started before Trump took office. So it's Trump taking. So Trump has been taking credit for things that we as Black people have done. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It's something that we as Black people started when we saw this going on inside the Obama administration so many years ago. We saw the trend. We saw that working at Walmart for 20 years wasn't it. We saw working in middle management at the restaurants and working in the service industries and things like that wasn't it. Hell, your stepmom saw that working in radio wasn't it. So she started her own business.
But you can also say that in the Obama administration that welfare was at its highest. And that's, again, when it comes to Trump, it's not necessarily Trump. It's more of this ideal that the black community in general have to be Democrats, or we have to go by this certain way of society.
I agree with that.
I think that's a stigmatism that is completely wrong. And again, when it goes back to Trump, it's more of people hated him for how he was and not his policy. And again, I don't disagree. He wasn't presidential like at all. I completely agree with that. But at the same token, that's who he was. And I would rather him be that than go up there and be somebody, Biden as example, who reads off a teleprompter and he can't even answer questions.
Donald Trump reads off a teleprompter too.
Donald Trump reads the teleprompter.
Okay, but
Trump don't even write his own speeches.
Listen, we got.
He don't even know what's on there.
We got plenty of video speeches of him. You know when he's off the cup and when he's reading a prompter. When he's reading a prompter, he's measured. He sounds presidential. He sounds. But when he's off the cup, he's calling people sons of bitches and.
Exactly. I feel you, but it comes back to the point of the president now can't even answer a question. So I mean, who's really running? When Trump was president, you knew he was running stuff. Is my point? Is basically what I'm saying. Biden, you don't know who. I don't trust Biden in my book. I don't know what.
How do you figure Trump was running anything? He was.
I mean,
he was talking. He was a mouthpiece, but I think Pence handled most of everything. Trump wasn't what that was. He did this, in my opinion. He took the office of president. Number one, he really didn't believe he was going to win it. It was a PR stunt, and he turned us into a national reality show. Because at the end of the day, this is my thing with Trump. He really doesn't want to be president. I would rather him just become the star that he wants to be and do that, and allow somebody that wants to do the job. That's why when people are like, oh, well, why it had all the negative things to say about Kamala. Listen, if she was, what I know when I checked her resume is every job she had, she did her job. So if she gets this job, she's gonna do her job. Whether I feel about it or not. And I understand what you're saying about respect the seat of the president. Because the time that President Trump was in office, I did refer to him as President Trump because you just respect the seat. Did I agree with him? Nah, I don't. I can't think of one thing that Trump did that I could say, oh, well, yeah, that really wasn't that bad. Bravo, Trump.
I can. The prison reform bill. Like I said, the Criminal Reform Act. Like that is the one shiny thing that I could point to inside is everything else was smoke and mirrors. Everything else was smoking with us. The criminal and the only reason you have criminal reform in these United States is because more white kids are going to jail and getting slapped with mandatory minimums than ever before. Because you already locked up a generation of black kids and black fathers and black people with the Biden and the Clinton crime bill. You already locked up a generation of black people. Black people have smartened up. Again, black people have smartened up, had decided we ain't going to be playing in these streets no more. And now the reason why you have criminal reform in these United States is because white kids at a higher level are now getting slapped with mandatory minimums or going to jail. That's why all of a sudden drug courts are happening. That's why you're sending people to rehab instead of going and sending them to prison.
Yeah.
This again, they overcorrected the mistake for the sake of the other folks that are winning now. So that I would say I've already said I already know a lot of the position of the young Trump supporters and also the old Trump supporters. And the thing that continues to baffle me is this dude has sitting here and proven to you over and over again, lie after 10,000 plus documented lies in 4 years. How can you continue to sit here and say, you know what, I'm quite sure you've been taught you don't listen to liars, you don't trust liars, you don't F with liars. So pardon me if my basic character notion says don't mess with this cat because he's a liar. That's just me.
And my only argument with that is that if you're gonna say Trump is a liar, then please do the same as everybody else. Biden is no better. Kamala Harris is no better.
Somebody please say this young man what Melz has been preaching for years. Both parties, both
exactly. I'm with you. I'm right there. I don't believe I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. Now, do my ideals lean towards more conservative Republican? Yeah, but I'm not. To me, I think both parties they shouldn't exist because to me
you should never
separate.
I tell people all the time, you should never be all of one thing. You should never be all in. You should never all in be on liberal stuff. You should never be all in on conservative stuff. You should never be. You got to find a base middle. The problem with us in this country, and I've said this before, is that a lot of us in this country just disagree on who we want to have to do the job that we're trying to get them to do. Now, like I said, I already know you also probably a fan of Donald Trump because you like his business thought process. You like the money process. You probably think he's a champion for entrepreneurs and small businesses. Would that be accurate?
I mean, I wouldn't say that's
his policies. Should I say his policies on that point?
I would say more of his. I think his tax reform was. I think it helped. I don't think it hurt. I don't think Biden's tax reform is going to do any. Is going to be a positive. And that's kind of again. I'm not saying Trump was the perfect guy, but if you want to compare Biden to Trump, which is what the race, the election was over, then yeah, I think Trump. If he would have got elected again, I think he would have did a better job than Biden, than what Biden is going to do. And that's all.
How can you say that when we have a 4-year track record of this dude spending more time playing golf than actually getting things done?
And that's where I think the stigmatism goes away. Because again, that's not all he did. He actually got some stuff done. He actually Space Force. That is you just don't
Space
create
Force.
A branch.
Oh
overnight.
yeah, we need to go to space.
The Air Force had to be invented eventually. The Navy had to be invented eventually. So to say that you don't create a branch overnight. So to sit there and say, oh, we don't need to go to space. I think we do need to explore. Earth isn't going to be here forever.
Wasn't good enough, B? NASA wasn't good enough.
Again, NASA can only do so much. When you have a government funding that's what the Space Force is, just like the Air Force, just like the Navy, they're getting government funding. So NASA doesn't have to ask for money. NASA doesn't sit there, oh, we have to beg and go through legislation. No, it's part of government defense funding that all goes into one. So I do think Space Force is very needed. If you want to talk about
So Kathy had one. Let's get some of the people on the audience. So Kathy has a statement. She said Trump lies. He caused 500,000 deaths. Speaking of the COVID, he's the worst liar in president history. So what do you have to say about that? About like COVID and how he handled this whole COVID situation? He started out telling us, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Oh, we gonna be okay." Then all of a sudden is this big panic scare. Oh, you gotta, then he had to shut down the country. And
do I think he could have handled it in the beginning better? But then again, you can say that about the whole world. Nobody in the world other than China, where it originated, handled COVID there was no plan. Who handled COVID when it first started?
Australia.
Not when
Australia.
Yeah, California did a good job.
How big is Australia compared to the
United
United States?
It's a continent.
Okay, how many people live in Australia compared to the United States? There's over 330 million people in the United States.
But still, they handled it. At this hour, Australia has zero COVID states cases in the country. They're back fully open, partying, having concerts, having sporting games.
Texas.
No,
yeah, well, people still got COVID problems, D.
I understand. Okay, COVID isn't going anywhere though. So that's what I'm saying. There's only so much.
We're talking about a country and a state. We're talking about a country, an entire continent was able to keep COVID out of its shores. What happened here? And you're trying to say that? Oh, well, Texas opened back up. Texas.
No, I'm just saying. So okay, so how would have you liked it from the handle it? What would you have liked him to do?
Maybe he didn't to the other country.
Be honest up front. Be honest up front. Because they get the information. So it's not like he didn't know. But to tell us in January, okay, yes, this is going on in China, but we have nothing to worry about. You can keep doing what he had the information. They get the information for us. You know that because we a military family.
Exactly. So at the time, so in January, you wanted him to shut down the country.
Yeah.
That's what you.
Yes.
So now, if you would have did that, then you would have claimed him as a dictatorship. Would you have not?
No.
He can't just say
no. Look, listen, D. I'm consistent in my point of view. Because you're thinking that you're assuming that you're going against people who just automatically hate the dude. No, this is not it. I'm looking at it strictly from a factual point of view. He would have shut the country down sooner. It did like Australia did. Australia shut the entire country down, paid everybody, told everybody sit down and relax. We just don't move around, keep still and don't move around. No, for the sake, America puts economy over health any day of the week. And that's the reason why we kept rolling was because of economy, not health.
And you do understand that's not how our country works. All of us can't just literally, we are state by state. We can't just say, hey, we're going to shut our borders down. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't have that power until everybody said.
But they did.
That's not how our country works.
The way you call your governors. You call all the governors and say, "Hey, governor, we can. Hey, bro, we got to keep this under control. Let's shut this thing down." I mean, you're operating. I think you're operating in I don't know what kind of space you're operating in, but you're not operating in a realistic space, in my opinion, because you keep making these excuses for the guy saying,
No, I'm not making excuses. Y'all wanted him to do what in January he had this much information, right?
You're listening to more of the haters. You're listening to more of the haters. You're thinking more in hater speak as far as the Trump haters speak. This is what the Trump haters are going to say. And we're not, again, I'm not a Trump hater.
I'm not a Trump hater.
I pay attention.
Again, I'm not a Trump lover either, is what I'm saying. Again, I'm just speaking off of the fact that he could only do so much, and he did what he did. And I think any president, if anybody was in office, I think the same amount of deaths would have happened. Just like when Obama was in office, swine flu took a rate. Like
how many people died during swine flu? How many people in the United States died of swine flu?
Swine flu and COVID.
No, how many people? No, answer my question.
I don't know the exact number of swine flu. Off the top of my head, I don't know the exact number of swine flu.
Yeah, here we go.
But I know it wasn't a pandemic where they had to shut down the country. And again,
So COVID became is a pandemic, and that's what I'm saying. He didn't give us all the information that we needed. So in January, when that conversation started, when it started in China, the world leaders had a conversation. They had, hey, this is going on here. Information should have been given to us then, because after spring break, remember, your sisters couldn't go back to school. We were shut down, and we And we did that. So we could have did that in January, started. Everybody adjusted. Did everybody like it? No. But California I don't even know if they've opened back up. So when you say that with the states, he could, if he gonna build a wall down there and shut the people out of Mexico to come to Texas, he could get it done. He could get it done.
Fun fact real quick. I just went ahead and looked it up. The amount of people who died in the United States to the swine flu, 12,000 people. The United States has lost 500,000 people to COVID-19. 12,000 Americans.
Action wants you to be on tonight. Action wants you to be on the break room tonight.
Nah, man. You got this. You're doing fine, D. You're doing fine, D. But like I say, we try to warn you. We do research over here.
I feel I do. That's all I ask for people to do is do your research and don't hate the man.
That's the reason. That's the number one answer I get from Trump people and people who support the policies of Donald Trump is do the research. No, I want you to give me the research.
But it's like I can give you. But it's like I can give you the research, but in your mind, you already think he's a liar. So it's like whatever I'm telling you, it goes one ear and out the other because you already have this mindset that everything he said was a lie. So it's like no matter how much research I can give you.
Not everything.
That's what y'all are.
He lied to the people. Wait. He lied to the people that stormed the Capitol. They told him that he was gonna be there. He lied to people.
I don't know. Again,
no. Here's the thing.
He lied to them.
The problem is y'all. The problem is y'all go off of what he says. It's not y'all keep saying him. What he said. He lies so much, and but he said this and he did this. Okay, then. So yes, I have every reason to be skeptical if if it's coming out of his mouth. But if I got the research.
He paid $200,000 for. We talking about a man that paid $200,000 for a blowjob.
Come on now, that's bad negotiation skills.
Hey, again,
Darius. Okay, I Darius. I know that we have a different relationship, but would you pay somebody $200,000 for a blowjob? Okay, I'm just
y'all are looking at him as outside of the presidency. I'm talking about him as a president, not what he did outside of the presidency. What he did outside of the presidency, I don't care. Like, to be honest with you, because if you want to talk again, this is all I'm asking. If you're going to treat him with the same, do the same thing with Biden, because Biden ain't no better. And that's what really pisses me off is that people think Biden is just the savior of all, or whatever. And
I agree with you.
I don't think he's the savior, but what he does have is a political background. So again,
Ms. Shani, he has done nothing. He's been in office for 54 years and have done nothing. So that should show you how much. He's been in running Senate for 54 years or 50 years plus and has done nothing.
But here's the other thing I want you to understand too. Just because we don't like one doesn't mean we support the other. Okay,
and I'm with you.
Exclusive. The two ain't mutually exclusive. If you watched the show yesterday, you heard me go criticize Biden. You heard me talk about how you saw me. I'm equal in my criticism amongst all of them. I think all of these jokers are trash. So please don't get it twisted. don't get it twisted.
I'm with you. That's all I ask is that if you're gonna criticize one, criticize the other. If you're gonna put one in the high, put the standard.
I'm equal in my criticism of all of them.
So Action has a tough question. Action has a tough question for you, D. How can any black man support? This is his question. How can any black man support a racist?
Show me what Donald Trump has done that's racist.
Show me how. Do you know about the Central Park 5?
Yes.
Okay. So you had an incident with the police, right?
Yes.
Where they pulled you over up in McKinney and harassed you all because you black, right? Now imagine if a little white girl was raped that day and murdered and somebody here took out an ad. We gonna call him Blake Wellington. Took an ad out in the Dallas Morning newspaper, bought advertisement on K104, KRNB put it on all the news stations with your picture and your friends saying, these are the boys that raped and killed this girl. Now, my understanding, it was one white boy in the car, right? Was Tristan with you?
Yes, Tristan was with me.
Okay.
Yes. He was actually on driving, actually, yes.
Yeah. Let's take Tristan out. It's just y'all. It's you and Carl Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can do it. But because you fit a particular profile, because we know that the Central Park Five didn't do it.
Right.
We know that. We know that to be true. This person had, for me, right there, it started right there. And I don't see any change. And when you're dealing with, racist people, they know how to do business with people that have the same amount of money or clout that they have.
Can I say that real quick? Can I correct something real quick? I don't ever think of him as racist. I've never called the man racist. He's a bigot. There's a difference. The definition of a racist. The definition of a racist is someone that hates someone based off their skin color. A bigot is someone that, by definition, is someone who is intolerant of others' opinions or intolerant of other people, period. And Donald Trump is intolerant of poor people. He's intolerant. he only tolerates black people unless you got money. So he's a bigot. I wouldn't say like I say, he talk to you if you're black and you got money. He'll talk to you. He'll work with you. We'll do some business together. But don't come. Look, if you a broke poor African Negro like myself, I don't think you're gonna want me over there in Mar-a-Lago. I'm just going ahead and keep it 100 with it. So I never said that he was because I already know how D's going to say. Well, I already know what D's going to say. Show me one incident in the 4 years that he was president that proved that he's a racist. And you really can't. You really can't.
And if you want to go one step further, I don't get how
check your email.
I don't get how you can say, how can I support Donald Trump as a racist? What do you defend Biden in form? Not to y'all two. I'm just whoever asked me that question. Defend Biden. What again, he has done, and to my eyes, he has done less for the black community than Trump. I mean, he's the reason why most of y'all uncles, grandfathers are locked up on Trump charges over little stuff. So that's what I'm saying. How can you defend that? But
you talking about that bill they put in place?
Yeah, exactly.
The crime
bill,
which of course a lot of young people lack context on why that bill came into place. But I let them have it.
I know some of the. I know a little context. I don't know the full, but I know their insinuation of it was we need to get these Biden's term super predators, if you want to go there, off the streets.
Hillary Clinton said it as well. Hillary Clinton said it as well.
Hey, she's just as evil as him in my book. So again, I don't.
Again, but you got to understand. But again, with that crime bill, understand the context and the problems that we was dealing with in 1990s, in the early 1990s and 1992. You gotta let you if you was here for that. If you knew what was going on at that time frame, you was here for it. you probably would have been like, you know what, this crime bill is the ish. I'll rock with it because a lot of people in the black community supported the Biden crime bill. But the problem was we didn't go any deeper with our research. We just said that we thought that the problem was just lock these clowns away and we gonna get rid of it because they had drive-by shootings, gun violence, crack epidemic, all that was going on in the black community, and we was looking for someone to solve the problem. And the only problem that we knew at that time was just to lock these Negroes up, and we didn't think, but we didn't look at the prosecutors, the judges, the entire totality of the lawyers. That's why I keep saying y'all can't use, and that's why I say it's unfair. I tell Trump supporters all the time, it is unfair to use the Biden crime bill unless you understand the entire context. Because the problem is Black America did not follow up and get rid of the judges, the prosecutors. They still kept the same DAs in office for 30 or 40 years that were locking these black people up and putting them in there. We didn't go elect new blood into these systems. We kept the same old people in place. So if it's anybody's fault that the Biden crime bill came to be, it's Black America's fault. And I'll continue to say that repeatedly. It is Black America's fault. And that bill's still on the books. At this moment, that bill's still on the books. So we sitting here complaining about it, and we're using it, and we're saying it. But at the same time, Donald Trump had a chance to get rid of some of this stuff. He didn't. He ran on the platform. He didn't get rid of some of the things that are still harmful in the Biden crime bill. He got rid of some of the stuff, but he didn't do enough. That's why I say again, because you can still go to jail for life more. You can still go to jail for life for some crack rocks. You can still a lot of that is still on the books. Your man's Donald Trump had a chance to get it off the books. He didn't. But again, his crime reform bill only focused on a lot of crimes that, in most cases, white kids get popped for, not black kids, white kids. Because again, after you done locked up a whole generation of black people, the entire prison and criminal industrial complex is ran off of getting more bodies into the system. You start locking up more of these white kids, and then you start seeing, oh man, Timmy just had some 2 crack rocks on him. Why they gave him 20 months in rehab?
Right. Oh, yeah, it's all a business. Oh yeah, when it comes to it, it's all a business at the end of the day.
So DJ Earl has a question for you. D, he says, what about Black Lives Matter in Trump?
Black Lives Matter. Anyway, go continue. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, that's for Darius, not you.
I'm sorry.
Is the question like, how did he handle it? How did he approach it? Is it?
He's gonna have to elaborate because I don't know.
I keep telling y'all, Black Lives Matter. There's a difference: the movement and the organization. We down with the movement, not the organization.
That's exactly what I was about to say. The organization, no. The movement, yes, of course. The movement, by all means. The organization, no. I'm sorry.
The organization was ran by white folks.
They steal people's money, so I'm with you on that one. Yeah, the organization, no, I can't.
But D, do you see how close we are? We see you. We're not that far apart on the thing.
We're not far apart.
You see, we're not that far apart. That's why
we're not far apart.
That's why I say we're not far apart.
When it comes to Trump, with me, it's like you said, it's two evils. And I gotta pick this evil over this evil, and that's all it is to me. And I'm not saying Trump is this perfect person. I'm wearing a MAGA hat. I'm not, again, like I said, I'm not storming no riot. No, I'm not doing all that. But when it comes to these 2 lesser evils, I'm gonna pick the one that I feel like actually America first.
Look, give me my stimmy. Look, that's why
he said Trump did give Melz his stimmy.
Man, ran me to a couple stimmies already. That's why I ain't hating the man. That's why I ain't look. Y'all talking shit. Now, look, the man ran me 2 stimmies. Joe's still out here bullshitting. He ain't signed the bill yet. At least down the ran me 2 of them things already.
But why hasn't he signed the bill yet? Why?
Look,
the house just let it go.
Nah, his ass talking about it. We vote for Georgia.
He probably forgot about it, to be honest with you.
Y'all act like we forgot. No, look, Melz ain't forgot. The man.
No, he's talking about Joe Biden. Forgot about it. Joe Biden forgot about it.
Melz ain't forgot about it. Melz ain't forgot about Joe Biden, what he said. Y'all make Georgia blue, and I'm gonna give y'all $2,000 checks out the door. I ain't seen my $2,000 check yet, Joe. Look, y'all talking shit. Joe, I said it again. Joe Biden talking too much shit for somebody that owed me 2 stacks. I don't want to hear from him. Look. At least Donald ran me 2 of them things already.
Hey,
that's why I say
yeah, but you already know now. Okay, let's not go there because number one, the stimulus plan that's up now could have been done 2 weeks ago. However, we know that the Republican Party is going to give him a hard time. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
No.
This was held up because of that. No, we didn't waste too much time.
Donald Trump a second time. That's what the problem was. They wasted too much time trying to impeach Donald Trump a second time. They should have been working on that damn stimulus package. Instead, we won't have an impeachment trial where Republicans still end up acquitting them any damn way, which they said it was going to do from the jump. So they wasted 2 weeks of our time that we could have been got this money. So no, miss me with that. That's what the problem was. The Democrats are garbage. I've said this already. They're garbage for what they're doing because we ain't had to waste time. If you're going to go get Donald Trump, look, run me my stimmy, then you can go try Donald Trump all season long if you want to.
I mean, well, if they garbage, then what you doing? That's what I need to know because you complaining about everybody there, but you sitting here talking on the radio. So you need to go down there and get some stuff done. Then
I do need to go down there and get some stuff done
because you up here it's not that simple where we're gonna sign these checks today. Here we go. Process.
It sound easy last time when I got 2 of them things. I'm just saying.
I mean, but even with that, when he sent out the first ones went off well, but the second one was all messed up because there's some people that still have not gotten theirs.
It was rushed.
Somebody in your studio.
And whose studio?
Yours. The white girl was coming in.
Oh, come on, let's go. It can come in if they won't come in, but I don't know. Come on, let's go. All right, we're doing a show right now. There is having issues over there. We're having issues over there.
Okay.
Yeah, my
Action
computer
just
died, so
commented.
I hopped on my phone.
He says, Action says to you, Darius, that's not true. Okay, so he's going back to Biden being accountable for the 54 years he was in. That's not true. You just said you don't hold Trump accountable because he wasn't president, but you want to hold Biden accountable when he wasn't president for 54 years. Not making any sense. So I guess he's
But
saying
he was in position to. He was in position. He was still in position to do stuff. Trump was just a regular citizen doing whatever. But Joe Biden was still in Senate. He was still able to make laws. He was a vice president that, in my eyes, didn't do anything. So Trump was before he was president, he was just a normal citizen doing whatever he wanted to do. So that's how I justify that. Joe Biden was still running for office. He was still in Congress, able to make laws, and he didn't do anything.
okay.
That's all it is to it.
Okay, so they're back on the racist thing. So Action is saying beyond his 5 own employees sued him for discrimination. I don't know about that situation. The Nixon administration sued him for discrimination. The Nixon administration sued Nixon for discrimination or Trump? And what 5 employees?
It was Trump. The Trump administration got sued back in the 70s for housing discrimination. It was really his pops. It was really Donald's pops, but Donald was on the board, and they sued for discrimination, and they actually won. They lost their lawsuit, so they had to. I guess they found out that the Trump family was not letting black folks rent at their properties and stuff like that. So they had to get sued for the fair housing discrimination.
That's exactly what it was.
Oh dang! I can't remember what DJ is talking about. How did he handle it as a president? So Black Lives Matter. That's what he's saying. How did Trump handle Black Lives Matter as a president of the United States?
As Melz president, I think he could have handled it better. I think he could have united the people better. I mean, as a president, I think the country was at a flux. I think we were on the verge of dividing, which we still are divided. So yeah, I mean, I'm not saying everything Trump did is right. Again, that's not where I'm coming from. I don't agree with everything Trump did. I think he definitely could have handled Black Lives Matter better. He could have handled COVID better. So I don't agree with everything Trump did or what he says. I'm just talking about as a presidential president, comparing him to what we have now. I just believe Trump would have done a better job than Joe Biden. That's all I'm saying.
Oh well, honey, I just don't agree. I don't agree, and that's fine. That's good that you were speaking your mind. You know, you did come with some information because I told you make sure you got your facts because people are going to want to ask you. But this has been my experience. My experience is that most people that I meet that are your age and your demographic are leaning more towards Trump's ideas and policies. And that I have to say, I don't quite understand it. And you have to, even though, you know, it's like this. It would be like us having a leader of the KKK as the president of the United States, but they know how to do, politics. It's like, even though they might not get up there and say whatever it is they say, white power out loud, if that's what they're doing behind closed doors, it's gonna spill over to how they put policies in place. Mm-hmm. So like with with this whole riot on the Capitol, they're finding out that there are senators that were involved, people that worked in the Capitol that were involved, police officers that were involved. And these are people that we trust to protect and serve us. So, you know, with a president that's on that mindset running the country, I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that. That's too much because, you know, he's like, we really haven't even felt what Trump has done yet. We're getting the effects of the Obama administration. Trump stuff is starting to come,
especially when it comes to
how it happens. Policy. Yeah, after they get out of office, then you feel the effects for about 2 years. Then you see, something different. I got you, right. Carl Jr., Carly, and Tamron. Y'all gonna be here after I'm gone, because we getting close to me being gone. Right. Thinking of numbers like that, and I wouldn't want America to be in a situation where it's not, it's not working good for y'all, or my grandkids, or something. So with Trump, that's my issue with him. He didn't want to do it. He put himself in a position where he gets checked for the rest of his life.
Yep.
He has security for the rest of his life. He's going to be in the history book, so no one's going to forget him. So everything he wanted to accomplish, in my eyes, he did. But he just needs to let the politicians deal with politics and go create another show. Do another Princess.
Let me say this as far as a lot of the things, because I know a lot of, because I'm going to say this. Darius is not a real Trump supporter. He's not a Trump supporter. He's a young person that has a different worldview than us, and they have a bit. That's why I keep saying before, a lot of this. That's why I was able to rebut a lot of the statements that they made, and I'd already know a lot of the talking points that they've been sold on, and that's why I keep saying a lot of this is misguided, because you're relying on information without a lot of the past information that we're getting about these people like Biden and Trump it lacks context. As far as the totality of the context of total, as far as the effects on Black America. Again, the economy situation as far as with Black America goes, we've seen this more than ever. We're now more entrepreneurs. This was all the Obama effect. It wasn't Trump, it was the Obama effect. It was the economic policies of the Obama administration that helped lift up the Black community as far as making us say, you know what, we got to stop relying on these people. We even see it in our culture. We've seen how we evolve. We start talking about being bosses more in our music and everything else. We stop talking less and less about ignorance. The thing I continue to tell Black people all the time about this situation as far as politics is concerned is that we don't give ourselves enough credit for reshaping our culture. We are still relying on these old white dudes to help try to make the situation better for us when we have control of the situation and we continue to do better. So no, young Melz doesn't have to run for office. Okay, I'm gonna continue to affect change during the platform and using the platforms that I have, and also speaking this good stuff into existence with my people. Because a lot of
I was about to say, what's going on?
He switching. He back and forth. He from device 1 to device 2, device 1 to, he from the phone to the lap to the phone to the laptop. But
you already know.
But it's again, I say this all the time. We as a Black community, we are fine. We're doing fine. We just have to stay focused on a lot of these issues and continue to press upon the issues that we've elected these people and what they've ran on to promise us to do. Again, Donald, when he came out with that contract for Black America or whatever that deal, I remember saying to myself, you got 2 weeks. You still had 2 weeks to put it in place. Why didn't you, my chief? Why didn't you, my G? You had weeks to put it in place. You had 4 years.
Yeah, he sure did. He got that judge in there real quick, and they wouldn't let Obama do
that. Yeah, the contract for Black America.
That's my baby boy, Scott. That's Darius.
Scott on the verge of shooting a shot with that question.
Yeah, no, that's my baby boy, Scott. That's my baby boy.
Who's y'all friend? I just like the question to ask friend. Who's y'all friend? But
he can't go on vacation. He's not gonna be on the vacation. Mm-hmm.
Flued out.
You gonna get flued out there.
Flued out.
You got to get flued out to Miami.
You made me lose my train of thought. Now I was on one. I was on a great train of thought. And you made me lose it now. Right. But no, I think
he could have got that plan in.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying about Donald when he had the contract for Black America. You had 4 years to do this, my G. Why are you waiting until the shot clock about to hit 0 on your ass to want to hit a Steph Curry? You want to try to shoot a Steph Curry shot. I mean, you had, and those are the kind of things that made me say, come on, dog. Like that. I hope he's starting to understand why people don't like this. Because you had 4 years to help improve the state of Black America. But when the clock about to run out on 0, things ain't looking hot. let me Hail Mary this pass and see if the Negroes will take it. And that was so as a Trump. And if I'm looking at it as a black Trump supporter, I got like, come on, dog. Like, why would you do that? Because we know pandering. That was his Hillary hot sauce moment. I always say that was his Hillary. Remember when Hillary Clinton went on the Breakfast Club, pull out that hot sauce bottle, like I keep hot sauce in my bag, bitch, get out of here.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
get out of here. Now, you just lost all of Black America with that nonsense. So that I call that his Hillary hot sauce moment. Everybody has their Hillary. All of these white politicians have their Hillary hot sauce moment. And the thing I keep saying is let's stop putting these people in office. Stop giving these people their power until they can show us that what they're really about and what they really want to do. That's who we need to be focused on instead of, personality contests and all this other stuff. Again, Melz is an equal opportunity offender.
And that's all I ask for. That's all. And that's at the end of the day, that's all I ask for. If you if you have a hatred for Trump, okay, but do your research. Don't make it just seem like Biden is just this perfect person he's going to lead this country. I mean, just do your research. That's all I get.
I don't think that is hatred for Trump. It's just I can speak for me. It's not that I hate him. I don't hate him, but I don't trust him. I don't trust him for this job. This is he's not going to perform well in this capacity. And
I already spoke about what's going to happen with Biden, in my opinion.
We're on the same page.
Y'all keep speaking death on this man. This man might outlive both y'all.
I truly hope so, but like I said before, I'm just telling you what's being floated out there. And things ain't looking too hot. But hey, you about to get the first black woman president. I don't know what y'all complaining about.
So Action says it's because he's talking about Trump. He's a con man, and that's how they work. And that's how I take it when I look at how he treats his family. We can see what's important to him. So if he feels this way about his family, he don't care about us in this country.
I agree. Again, that's how the things look. But like I said, I understand a lot of the point of views of the Trump supporters out there and the folks that sort of agree with a lot of his policies. The thing I keep saying is I can shoot down your talking points quickly because a lot of it. Why is everybody else wrong but Donald Trump right? Like that's what I get. That's why I keep getting baffled at with a lot of these people. Why is everybody else on the planet wrong? Just this one dude is right. The same dude who paid $140,000 for a blowjob. I mean, I don't want to listen to nobody like that. All the free blowjobs I done got these in my lifetime. All the free blowers in my lifetime, and you paying six figures, dog. You messing the market up, dog. You messing the market up. All right.
Oh man,
you're messing the market up, my G. We out here getting free action, and you out here paying six
figures for it.
Come on, bro. What more can I say about that? That's what he lost, man. He's 6 figures.
Oh man.
Come on, man. Man, this girl gonna be asking me for 3 figures. I ain't got time for this.
I ain't got it. I ain't got 6.
No meat meets Mel. Not meat meets Mel.
So Darius,
Richard. Richard.
What Dick Nixon at?
Yeah, where's Richard at? Richard give out meat picks for free. I wonder how much he was selling for. Richard is the guy that watches the show. If you do something extraordinary, he say, "You want a meat pick?"
Listen, y'all. Can I say this also real quick? Can we stop being so quick to anger and jump on our brothers and sisters that think like Darius or may have a mindset like Darius or look at the world differently like Darius? I think that's one of the things we have to start doing better as Black people. Okay, right. Is stop getting so again. I just sat here and showed y'all how close in thinking me and Darius are, and I'm saying I've clowned on Trump for the entire time he's been in president. I've been acting a fool, talking shit about him, and pointing out his flaws and everything he's wrong. But we have to start, especially our brothers and sisters, we have to start looking at each other differently and start saying, you know what, I'm not going to cut you off or scream and yell at you because you feel this way. We have to stop getting out of that kind of thought process. Because it doesn't benefit us. Now, yes, there are sellouts out there. There's a bunch of Bill O'Neills out there. We seen Judas and the Black Messiah. We seen this movie. We know there's sellouts out there. We know there's people that you're never going to be able to convince. Leave those folks alone and just keep it pushing. Leave your life and mind your business and just walk away from them folks. But you know, you got people like Darius and folks like this, like-minded black folks who, again, we're so close in our thinking. We're almost there. We're almost there in the same.
We're almost there.
We just off by a few. We just off by a few feet. We just all we just look at it from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? And it takes us to listen to one another and understand one another. Because, like I said, there's nothing wrong with what Darius is saying. I understand what he's saying. If we gonna hate on,
there's nothing wrong with what he's saying.
If we gonna hate on Trump, hate on Biden too. I'm an equal opportunity to hate. I hate everybody.
That's all I'm asking.
Well, I can't agree with that. If hating on Trump and hating on Biden is two different things to me, in my opinion. This, my experience on this earth. No, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I'm happy that Trump is not there now. He can do another.
I'm happy he's not the president. I'm happy he's not the president.
I feel like it's.
Let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick, Darius, because January 6th showed us that people in this country were willing to install this man as a dictator. They were willing to openly overthrow the United States government and the fabric and the way of life that we are living in order to install him as the leader of this country, even though he lost in a duly elected, a fairly proven election. And that's where the danger lies, when that belief turns into radicalism. Okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You can't. So I didn't mean to cut you off, but we can't support something like that because it's so dangerous. It's so dangerous. Okay, you don't agree with what Biden did, but when you talk about the lesser of two evils, this is a man that set his VP up to get caught by these insurgents. So it's in control. If this is the person that we put in control and he allows this type of behavior to happen, what he putting in policy really doesn't matter because we don't know what's going to happen to us. So we need somebody that's going to, at least think of the people. If I can see that, all right, this person at least care about their family. That's the thing with Trump. He okay with throwing the rock and hiding his hand and sitting back. Well, I don't know what happened. I didn't tell them to do that. I was here watching TV. I saw it all play out. That's the problem. He may very well have some good ideas on what policy should be and how to bring that about. Okay. So we need to find somebody else that can do that, but cares about people for the most, because ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. Right. There's nobody in the world perfect. But when you can control that many people like that and get them to do that, imagine if they would have got to everybody.
I say that all the time. That's why.
What would we look like right now?
That's why I was telling Action Jackson. Again, it's not Trump. It's the people that he has radicalized. These people have been radicalized. This is like I say, I served in Iraq. I'm an Army veteran. I served in the Iraq War. I've seen what radicalization does to people. I've seen it. It will make you strap on a bomb and go blow up something. And that's a problem. And that means that you believe in your idea has turned into a belief. And belief is dangerous. Shani was Shane 45. Come on now, stop it. And that's why I was saying before about that's why I was saying about you never want to be too far over on one side. You never want to be all the way blue. You never want to be all the way red. You have got to find that middle, because if you go too far down either one of those paths, you will get radicalized and you will turn and you're going to start acting out on the things in this world in real time. You're going to start acting out as like action is right. Hitler had good ideas too. Everyone, these cults of personality, they all come with the greatest and the best ideas. They're cults of personality. The problem is we worship the personality. Once you start worshiping the personality over the policy, that's where the problems arise, and that's when you're going to start to have problems. But Darius, you're a smart young man, brother. I say keep up the good fight, brother. You like I say, you ain't that far off, bro. Just stay. All I'm gonna say is this: I encourage young people this all the time. Stay woke. If you woke,
always,
stay woke.
yeah,
stay woke.
Yeah, I mean,
don't go back to sleep.
And that's why I kind of bring it back again. It's not, to me, it's not more about Trump. It's more about, I don't necessarily, and kind of what you said, Ms. Shani, I just don't trust Biden. I don't trust Democrats. I don't trust their policies. I don't trust what they want to put in place. Honestly, it scares me, some of the stuff they come up with, some of the laws they want to make.
What are some of these laws, though, that you keep hearing that's scaring you, though, so badly?
Oh, so if you want to go back to, I'm again, nothing against the LGBTQ community, nothing against that. No, I believe anybody should leave freely, do whatever you want, but to normalize it and try to force it upon people as a society, I don't agree with that. I agree with science.
How's it get forced on you, though?
Have you heard the bill that Biden passed?
Nuh-uh.
As far as the what's it called? Equality Act, I believe I think that's what they're trying to pass, where they allow transgenders to play in women's sports.
Oh, we talked about that the other night, and I don't agree with that. That's
what I'm saying. It's stuff like that where it comes where those are the kind of ideals and policies that he's okay with. And it's like, I don't, again, I agree with anybody. Feel free to do whatever you want, but don't force it upon society to make it a norm. And it's stuff like that honestly scares me, that he's going to put in policy that I just don't feel like Trump or any conservative Republican or whatever would allow these policies to go into that. And that's what scares me in general when it comes to Biden.
Deanne says that's states, not Biden.
No, that's the Equality Act. He's trying to get that passed.
What's wrong with equality, though?
Listen, but I mean, now that we talked about that on the night show, and now I don't want if you.
What's wrong with equality?
Or
Again.
No, but then you got to play the sport that if you was born a man, you got all that testosterone. Play with the testosterone, people.
But you know what? These kind of arguments make me mad because these are what I call culture war arguments that are meant to distract you from the actual plays that are being ran on the flip side. And as far as economics and other things like that, the other things that are way more important. These are
this is important too, because that would change the whole look of sports and what your kids can participate. I don't want my daughter out there.
Serena could go out there and go play in the NBA and let LeBron dunk on her 48 times. I don't give a damn. Look,
no, see, that's different. That's different.
What this is about.
That's different.
No.
I would never want my sisters to compete with somebody that has an automatic advantage. An automatic advantage.
Kick their ass, though.
It don't matter. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. You know what? It's time to go. It's time to go. Darius, don't hang up. Stay on the line when we go down, Darius. Don't hang up.
Okay.
Thank you guys for joining us today on the Shani Shot and Melz in the morning show. The king and queen of some media. We will see you guys back here tomorrow, 10-ish, same time, same place. Thanks.